I don't know how, or how you do it. You blow my mind without a word.
Hey happy homemakers, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a lot of laundry motivation for y'all. I actually had a bunch of laundry to do from a trip we had just taken. As you guys know, we took a couple of trips recently. Since we moved here, we've been crazy busy, but I also got tagged in a Q&A that I wanted to answer. So I moved all of the laundry to my bedroom so that I could try and let the girls watch a little cartoon while I did the Q&A portion of that video. So let's go ahead and get started with the laundry motivation. The first thing I did was just separate all of our laundry into piles, and this is something that I always do. You know, if you've seen any of my laundry motivation videos, I separate my clothes in one pile, my husband's clothes in another pile, towels and washcloths in one pile, and then I put my girls' clothes together, but then I go back later and separate their clothes simply because they have some of the same clothes, and so I have to look at the actual sizing on some of their clothes before I know whose it is. So I'm just getting started with that, and you guys will see that Q&A in a few minutes, so stay tuned for that.
We won't come down. Make every inch of my body wanna dance with you all night long. Dive in, babe, you know we can't stop this. Come on and show me what you got. 'Cause I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
Okay, so here I am going ahead and separating the girls' laundry, and this is the last step I had in the sorting process, and I was ready to go ahead and actually start folding and hanging up all of the laundry.
Thought you really loved me, guess I was wrong. Thought you'd never leave me, guess I was dumb. Waited like forever to be your plus one, but I guess you were done. Left me at the party out of the blue, saying that you're sorry, won't heal my wound. Now I'm broken hearted, all 'cause of you, and it's sad, but it's true. If you could rewind, do it again. I wonder, would you hurt me just like you did? Or would you fast forward to the end? I wonder, so you wouldn't have to face what you did. You're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you.
All right, you guys, so I actually got tagged in some questions by Maria, and I'm going to probably look at my phone to make sure I don't forget any of the questions, and I'm gonna tag some other creators, some of my friends here on YouTube. And if you guys don't want to answer, that's fine, but if you'd like to play along, this is kind of like a get to know me tag, but it also is very like basic questions, I guess, so it's not anything like super in-depth or anything. Let's see, I screenshotted it. So the first question is, are you a righty or a lefty? I'm a righty, and single or taken. You guys already know the answer to this one. I am taken, obviously. I've been married for 15 years. And then the follow-up question to that is, how did we meet? You guys may have seen the video where I talked about this, but my husband and I actually met at church because a friend of ours actually got in a wreck, a mutual friend, and that led to us meeting. So I will link the video where I talk about that. It's a real short clean with me story time where I kind of just talked about how we met. And yeah, if you're interested, I will put that up here so you guys can go and watch that video. I think it's like a 5-minute video. It's a pretty short story, but it's fun. What?
I did tell her
Okay, you need to give me a minute to finish what I'm doing, okay? So I am always, anytime I try to do a video where I'm actually talking to you guys, I'm always reminded why I do voiceovers, because I constantly get interrupted. But the third question is to name 3 of your positive traits. And then the follow-up question after that is 3 of your negative traits. So I didn't really think about this ahead of time. I told myself I needed to, but I was so busy today and I really needed to get this done. The girls have a doctor's appointment today, and so I'm in a bit of rush to try to get everything I need to get done today, but I'm also trying to film because this laundry has been needing to be done for like a week. So let's see, I have to kind of think about it a little bit, but is it bad? I think it's normal maybe that I'm having a hard time thinking of, I always think of my negative ones first. I guess it's probably natural. But I will say, as far as positive traits, I think in general, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky, easy laid-back person. Now, motherhood has really challenged that for me, and I've struggled to kind of come back to that in different types of stress and hormonal issues and stuff. But naturally, how I am prior to having kids, I was super laid back, go with the flow. Like, I am that way a lot still, but I do struggle with a lot of different emotions and hormonal issues after having kids, and I am starting to, now that my youngest is 3, feel more like myself. So that is definitely a positive. I'm really happy that that is changing, but that's something I've always liked about myself, is that I kind of have a sunny side up approach to life in the world in general. So I don't know, that's something I've always appreciated about myself, and I'm glad that it's coming back because I missed that about myself. I hadn't felt like myself as much since having kids, and so I really am appreciating the fact that that is coming back a little bit. I also, I think I'm a really good listener. I, am very empathetic, so I guess those two kind of go hand in hand, but I'll let those be 2 and 3. I, don't mind or even enjoy kind of listening to people, because I know that sometimes whenever you're going through something, you just need a listening ear. You don't need someone to have the solution or the answer. And I think a lot of us women understand that. That's one of those classic men versus women kind of things, where it's like men always want to fix it, but women understand that like sometimes you just need a vent. You don't need somebody to fix it. You just need a vent. And I think as a woman, I kind of understand that. And so, yeah, I think I'm pretty good at being a listening ear and empathetic. I can empathize with people's situation, even if I've never been in that situation. I think I can put myself in someone else's shoes. That kind of comes naturally to me to try to see things from a positive perspective. And since that's kind of 2 in 1, I'll say, to kind of give you like a separate third one. What was I saying? See, this is another reason I usually do voiceovers. I don't know, I lost the third positive one I was gonna say. Now to negatives. Not to piggyback off of the other people who've already done this tag, but I think maybe this is just a common one, is patience. Because as a mom, we could always use more patience, and I think no matter how patient we are, we will probably always feel like we need to be more patient with our kids, because let's be honest, children are super annoying. Like, if you're trying to do something and you have a kid, you're going to be interrupted 25 times a day. So kids are very good at helping us to practice patience. And you may think you're a very patient person if you don't have a lot of annoying things in your life, or a lot of things that frustrate you in your day. And then you have a day where you have a lot of things go wrong and you realize you're not as patient as you thought. So sometimes kids can bring that out in us. So I think for a lot of us moms, that probably is our negative trait, is not being as patient as we should be. And I always thought I was a pretty patient person when I was younger, until I became a mom and had kids. I used to deal with a lot of angry customers in my career, but I think being a mom, you kind of realize, like, with kids, you really put your patience to the test, because you're not, like, you're always with them. So like, if you have a frustrating customer at work, you can kind of just be like, whatever, and leave them at work, or like, you don't have to see them necessarily the next day. But with your kids, it's like constant 24/7, so they're really good at working patience out of you. So that's what I really want to work on, is having more patience with my kids and just in general, because if I get frustrated with my kids, I realize that it kind of bleeds over into everything else, and then I'm taking it out on my husband and everybody else around me. So that's something I've really been trying to focus on this year. And you know what? I have days where I really think that I'm getting better, and then I have days where I'm like, I am not getting better at all. I haven't learned anything, but I know I'm getting better. And so I have to just keep a positive spin on it. Let's see, what else? 2 more negative things. Oh, the negative things are gonna be easy to, I think when I start talking though, I like start ranting, and then I'm like, what was I even talking about? And then I lose my train of thought. So yeah, negative, I don't know, I think like anybody else, sometimes I will have like perceptions of myself and that kind of project that onto other people. So if I feel like I'm not a good housekeeper, then I will read into the stuff my husband's head says and be like, oh, well, he's meaning that I'm not a good housekeeper. But actually I really have gotten a lot better at that, because I've kind of realized when you're insecure or you're not super like confident in a certain area or aspect of your personality or who you are, you'll sometimes like think that other people are thinking that of you and they're not. And my husband and I have actually years ago had a couple of conversations where I kind of worked through that and realized like he's not always thinking what I think he's thinking, because he may not have that negative perception of me that I have of myself. So I think that's a good thing for all of us to realize, is like sometimes we talk negative to ourselves, and that will kind of give me my third one, is negative self-talk, which again I've gotten a lot better at. So that's something I've really worked on, is just talking kind to myself, especially with being on a weight loss journey. I'm not someone who does well with being talked down to, or people who try to motivate. Like on the Biggest Loser show, where Jillian was the one who was like always trying to motivate people by being rough and tough on him, and then you had, was it Bob, that was like more kinder. I would definitely deal better with his approach than hers, because I felt like it always felt like it came from a place of understanding. Even though I think they both had great intentions, I do much better with positive reinforcement. So like, just as an example, I'm someone who definitely responds better to being told when I'm doing well, and then it will motivate me to do it more. So with exactly weight loss and stuff like that, same thing. If I talk negative to myself, like, oh, you've been struggling with your weight for so many years, you should just get this weight off already, like that is only gonna drive me to just give up or want to give up and be in a negative headspace. So the positive headspace is to talk nice to yourself. So that's definitely something I have gotten better at, but I think always room for improvement, just like the patience thing. So the last question is question number 5, which is, where do you see your channel in 5 years? I've mentioned this a couple of times on my channel, but I really hope that my channel can be like a part-time job for me once my girls are in school. And I definitely put in 20 plus hours some weeks on my channel, which might be shocking to some people to know, but then sometimes I will work a lot on my channel, and then I'll have a couple of weeks off, just like when I was traveling. I like to batch do things, so I might have a week where I work 20, 30 plus hours on my channel, and then the next week I don't work on my channel at all. So probably an average of 20 hours a week if you kind of look at that. So it's kind of a part-time job for me right now. It's a hobby, it's fun, I enjoy it, but I think that over the years I'd love to see money follow that, so it's actually a part-time job. I really want to go back to work when my girls go to school, but I don't have anything I'm super passionate about, and it's hard to find a job that's around school schedules. So I'm hoping that online business, YouTube, whatever it turns into, that I can find something. I'm hoping it's going to be with my YouTube, but I do love and enjoy editing videos, so if it ends up not being my YouTube channel, it could be freelance editing. There's a lot of different ideas that I have, but I'm hoping it will be the YouTube. So in 5 years, I'd love for YouTube to be providing a part-time income for me, and I can still just be making the same videos that I'm making, but making a little income for my family. I feel like I'm contributing. I'm blessed and lucky that my husband can take care of everything. I don't have to work, but you know how it is that you just want something for yourself. YouTube has been something for myself, so I don't need the money for that, but the money is just an extra validation to know that like the time you're doing is not just a hobby or just fun for you, but that you're also contributing to your family. So I'd love to see it go there. As of right now, I am really enjoying it, but I'm excited to see that it is growing. If you're new, I'm so happy to have you here. If you've been here, thank you for staying with me. I've really just been loving watching the channel start to grow. It's finally starting to pick up. I've done YouTube off and on since 2010, maybe even sooner, but I have an old channel, and that's the oldest videos that I have on there, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but I had deleted a bunch of old ones. So it's for sure I had videos back from like 2010 on that old channel, and I've intermittently been off of YouTube off and on. But before I started this channel, I worked on another channel for a straight year and a half with like no results. Restarted with this channel, the end of June will be a year and a half that I've had this channel, and I'm finally starting to see this channel actually starting to pick up and grow, and it's grown since the beginning. It's grown faster than any of my other channels have. I've been really consistent with it. So anyway, I don't want to keep rambling, but that is all the questions. I'm going to tag a couple of my YouTube friends. So if you guys want to play along, if not, no pressure, but thanks Maria again for tagging me in this, and I will put all the description down below, the original creators and everything that Maria posted in her description, and also links to the channels I've tagged in case you guys want to go check them out. They all do videos similar to mine. Brittany's channel is more based on food and like hauls with grocery hauls and stuff like that, so definitely check her out as well if you're interested. But let's get back to finishing this up. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this away, and then actually I think it's time to get my girls ready for the doctor. So when we come back from the doctor, their checkup, I will be doing the rest of the laundry. All right, we are back from the doctor's office. Everything went great with their checkup. I like the new doctor. They didn't keep us waiting or anything like that. This was our new pediatrician in Texas, and so we'd never been to them, so I wasn't sure if they were gonna keep us waiting, how it was gonna go, but it went pretty good. I mean, it went great. And obviously everything's good with the girls because it was just a checkup. So we're gonna go ahead and get this laundry done. I'm gonna start by hanging up Aaron's clothes that need to be hung, folding his stuff, then I'm gonna move on to my stuff, then I'm gonna move on to the girls' stuff. Since he has to go to work every day, I usually like to get started with his clothes just in case for some reason I get interrupted and I can't finish. At least his clothes are done. The girls and I can rough it if we have to because we are mostly home throughout the week. So let's go ahead and get this finished up. I hope you guys are enjoying this laundry motivation. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out a lot. Make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell on if you're not already so you don't miss any videos. Also, if you guys would like to see another Q&A from me, let me know down below. But yeah, I don't know if I have enough interest yet to do a Q&A. Got a little rambly at this part, so I'm gonna do a voiceover just to tell you guys, if you are interested in a Q&A, just leave a comment down below and let me know because I'd love to do one. I just don't know if I have enough interest yet. I know a lot of people do them around 1,000 subscribers, and I personally didn't feel like I was getting enough comments and questions to justify it. But if I do have people interested, then I'll definitely do one around 3,000 subscribers. So just let me know, and if I get some interest, I'll definitely be willing to answer you guys' questions.
Can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off. You got that motion, dance in slow motion. My eyes can't help looking at you right now. So much emotion, just pick your poison. Is every move you make even allowed? Can't get enough. I try my best to look away, but I can't stop. Am I a freak to you? We almost touch. I feel your body move my way, you're close enough. So I say, can't take my eyes on you. You were all I see. Can't take my eyes on you. You know what I mean. Can't take my eyes on you. You were all I see. Can't take my eyes on you. Take my eyes on you. Yeah. Can't take my eyes off. Can't take my eyes off. Can't take my eyes off. Can't take my eyes on you. Can't take my eyes off.
So I have a really long list of things that need to be organized in this house, and I just have been traveling so much and having people visit so much since we moved here in February that I have not gotten around to it. I really feel like I'm almost drowning just keeping up with the day-to-day stuff. So hopefully, if not sooner, for sure by the fall time, you guys will have a lot of organizing videos coming because I really need to do my kitchen desperately, but also my closet is one of the areas that needs to get taken care of as well. I still have boxes in there I have not unpacked. I'm really hoping I can get some of those projects completed in like the maybe end of summer, like July or August. If not, I definitely should be able to get started those in the fall once the girls start school, because Kinsey is going to be going twice a week this next school year. So usually, you know, when Lexa was in school part-time, Kinsey was still home with me, so it didn't really give me like a break to be able to get things done. But having Kinsey go part-time 2 days a week, it's going to be very helpful for me getting things done around here. But anyway, we do have a weekend camping trip planned in June. We had another one in June that we pushed back to July because we have so much going on, and then we have one to Arkansas to visit our friends out there at the end of June, beginning of July. And then of course the the one that we pushed back is going to be mid-July around my birthday. So yeah, still a lot going on, but I think that's the last 3 little trips. Since Aaron started a new job this year, we were like, oh, we'll just do some weekend trips that are like just a few hours away instead of doing like one big trip that we normally do. But being that I went home and we've had people come here and then we've done a bunch of weekend trips, we've actually done more this year than we've ever done in our entire life. And it's been fun, but I'm exhausted. Like, I just have a hard time keeping up with the house. And obviously I'm having a hard time even talking right now, but anyway, it's been fun. It's been good after 6 years of doing very much at all, but it almost became too much. So like I said, we pushed that one trip back from June to July, and I think that's going to help. But then we'll probably be like not going anywhere until probably Christmas time. We'll probably go see our family around Christmas, New Year's time. But other than that, we probably won't be going anywhere else. We'll see if something changes. But yeah, a lot of mini vacations this year instead of one large one. So I don't know, that's been kind of fun and definitely different. I'm not used to being this busy at all.
He got these yellow brown eyes and a smile on his face when he tells me he wants me. From the feelings I can hide when I dance and I sway with his arms tight around me. And sure I mess it up a little later on, but just for now I'll keep dancing. He and his yellow brown eyes and the smile at this boy got the air feeling vibrant. Yeah, got the air feeling vibrant. Feels like the ceiling is high in this club, 'cause right now every move gets me soaring. And when the music's so loud, I can't.
As you guys can probably tell, I was talking on the phone this day while I was doing laundry, and that's been a common theme in my videos a lot, that I've been talking on the phone. But I was never really someone who enjoyed talking on the phone prior to moving away. But since I moved to Michigan back in 2016, learned to enjoy talking on the phone whenever I'm doing chores, and it really does help to get my mind off of it. So it's really been a nice way to pass the time, stay in touch, and I now really enjoy talking on the phone, and you probably will see me do it in quite a bit of my videos. Also, if you hear my kids screaming, this is the 3rd time I've tried to do this particular part of my voiceover, and they've been screaming and running through the house. So that's another thing you guys have probably heard in some of my other videos. I eventually get tired of trying to re-record them, and I just let them scream in the background of my videos.
We're still here, flipping coins about what's to come. It starts getting cold, and we don't know any way out of here. We're trying to understand how it all started to go wrong. But the sea is way too deep, yeah, it's deeper than we could ever go, honey. We have to be together here in the stormy weather. So why do we hold on, stuck in the stormy weather?
I really think it is time to get my girls dressers. I just have these little bins for their underwear and socks, but I'm getting to where I really want to have like some type of drawer system for their shorts and things like that. So I'd love to hear from you guys down below. Where do you buy small, affordable dressers? Like if you have one that just fits in a closet. I was trying to wait until we move to our next space where they can have a full-size dresser because here I feel like I just need like a small one to go in the closet. But honestly, I think that they're outgrowing not having one, and Lexa just goes in like plays in her clothes so much and makes such a big mess. I feel like I could help her to stay a little more organized if she had an actual proper drawer to put her stuff in. So you guys let me know down below what you use. I've looked at a couple of options for IKEA, but I don't know if those drawers are too shallow. I've looked at some Amazon stuff, just something cheap that'll hold us over for 2 to 3 years until we kind of get them like a proper dresser. Hopefully we'll be in our next house by then. There's no telling. We hope to build. If you guys haven't been around, you may not know, but we're planning on buying land and building. That's our goal anyway. It always has been for years and years and years. And so right now, obviously, it's not the best time to do that. So we're kind of just trying to find the land and go from there. So it might be a little while, but I'd be curious to know where you guys buy your children's bedroom furniture. Load in there. I don't know if it's gonna finish before I cut this video off because it just has like some big beach towels in it and a couple of these towels, so it's not a whole lot. But I'm just gonna go ahead and separate this stuff out and get this all done, and then I'll probably call it a day, unless by the time I'm done with this, those other ones are done. If not, I'll probably just leave them in the dryer until tomorrow because it is 5 o'clock and Aaron's been home for about an hour now. We've been doing other stuff around the house, but I'm kind of like ready to be finished with this and just relax. I kind of haven't sat down today very much between doing this and taking the girls to the doctor and everything. Did not take my break today. I did ride my bike today though, so that's good. Try to get back into the routine of working out.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so hold me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away. Won't let you touch me, won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand, and I'm too deep into win this gamble. Hold me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you
Thank you so
much for watching today's video. I hope that it motivated you to get whatever you need to get done around your house today, and you just enjoyed the laundry motivation. Make sure that you are subscribed with your notification bell turned on, because I do post videos every single week, and I would love to see you back here. If you guys need more motivation, I'll have more videos on the screen for you, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.